Political parties in Greece are struggling to come up with a power-sharing coalition deal, sending the crisis-hit country into further turmoil. General elections on Sunday failed to produce an outright winner, with leading parties so far failing to form a government. Well, without an agreement, fresh elections would have to be held, and on Thursday, Athens is due to receive 5.2 billion euros in bailout funds, but several Eurozone countries were reluctant to forward this money because of the political instability. As part of the bailout terms, Athens must pass 14.5 billion euros worth of austerity measures in June, but financial chaos has led to public mistrust of pro-austerity political parties. Well, for more on this, let's now talk to economic analyst Michael Mnos. He joins me live from Berlin. Clearly, Michael, a strong sentiment in Greece, wishing perhaps almost turning its back on austerity measures and reject the bailout plan, certainly if that coalition was formed at the weekend. What would be the implications for the Greeks if that indeed did happen?
Then the days of the euro were counted if this happened. And this is what many people here in Germany predicted already at the beginning, at the establishing of the euro. What we see is a programmed crisis. It's very sad to see these things developing, but it was more or less planned within the euro, because so different countries like Greece and Germany are not fitting into one currency. And at the end of the day, you will have this, what we have now. We have violence on the street. It is not possible to realize austerity. Everybody knows this. So at the end of the day, maybe Greece is only not able to fulfill these plans that are promised. And also this, we talked a lot about this, was already clear right from the beginning. No country is able to realize austerity measurements, because this means that people go to the street, this means that there's more violence, more political insecurity, and that the country also becomes impossible to govern.
But what is the alternative? Growth has been suggested, but how can a country boost its economy when it's in such a mess? How does growth happen?
Well, this is a totally contradiction. If you have to economize, if you have to cut down, how can you spend money then? How can you create labor, for example? This is a totally economical contradiction. The contrary, of course, is true. You have to spend money, you have to make more debts in order to get some growth into your country. But under the euro system and with Germany together, this is never possible, not only for Greece. We will see also a domino effect which will spread into Spain, into Portugal, also Italy at the end. And this will be then the final nail in the euro coffin. What
do you mean, the final nail, meaning that that's the end of the euro?
Yes. I mean, the euro never could work. Everybody who looks at it on an economical way knows that the eurozone just was not ripe in this situation. Also, we have many difficulties with France, for example. All these countries need devaluation in order to become competitive.
But Michael, you're there in Germany. Angela Merkel does not want to see the Eurozone collapse. She would say that that would lead Europe into economic gloom, into an abyss. Is there a danger, perhaps, she's going to be isolated when we see the sentiment from not just Greece, but also France now, with its new president saying, we don't want austerity in France, we're looking at growth?
I mean, Angela Merkel does not have any will in order to make the situation in Europe and around the euro more unstable. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's a economical law that is developing here. With the euro, it's not working, and especially with this situation that we have now in France, how can somebody promise to make more debts, to make a growth pact, and so on and so on? This only means more debt at the end of the day, and this is at the moment not possible. I mean, the whole situation, the whole problem that we have in the eurozone cannot be solved by rescue packages, cannot be solved by more debts, cannot be solved anyway. It can only be solved by a breakup of the euro. That means that Germany pulls out and the rest of the countries in the within the eurozone will devaluate their money. Then they are again competitive against the world. Then they can breathe.
But some would say if they all bail out of the eurozone, they're still going to end up maybe in their own currencies, but still owing a huge amount of money. How will they pay those debts off? Will they not start turning to their neighbours again in order to fund the debts that clearly they can't have got rid of just by leaving the euro, could they?
I mean, of course people have more problems than at this moment. A break-up never is easy, but the only thing that I can tell you is if you don't do it by yourself and don't do it orderly, then the economical facts, the economical forces will force a break-up of the eurozone. And when you look into the economical indicators and parameters that we have on the bourse, for example, in the financial markets, they are all on record high, they are all on alert, they are all in the red zone. So I ask myself, what else can happen? I mean, I don't see any other solution. If I had this solution, how this euro could work on, we would all be happy to say, okay, we put the solution on the table because we like the euro. But if it is not economically not working, so it's better to face the facts than to follow a dream and then awake in a nightmare.
Some pessimistic words for Euro fans. Thank you very much indeed, Michael Mross, talking to us live there from Berlin. Always interesting to hear your thoughts. Thank you.